Happy Thanksgiving. How are you? Surprise. Well, I'm just wanting to give my gratitude to all of you. I know I haven't been around much, and it's so annoying when you hear that. It's like, I'm back. It's like, who's back from what, where? Everybody been busy. Nobody paying attention. But anyway, I went away for a minute. I've been away for a minute. And one of the reasons is I've been kind of just done with my industry. Sick and tired. Sick and tired of being sick and tired of my industry. With the constant, products that are coming out that are just trendy and viral. And, one second you have Korean skincare. The next second people are putting fruit on their face. And, it's actually, I appreciate a lot of those things, even though it's misinformation, because it's just taking something kind of, to me, that's become so boring and basic and beige, meaning the skincare industry, the skincare products that exist. There's nothing revolutionary out there. There's nothing that you have to have. 99% of it, maybe? Okay, I'll be generous. 90% of it is garbage. You don't need it. It's just a simple moisturizer. And this whole lie and this idea about, even dermatologists are saying it now. And, it's something I get shit for, but I'm gonna start talking about these things. Otherwise, I'm not interested in staying in this industry anymore. I made products that were for an esthetician, so I didn't have to buy back bar, or so estheticians didn't have to buy back bar plus retail, because a lot of us know, as you know, if you're an esthetician, chime in. It's like, well, the professional product is like a larger size often. It's not a different product. And sometimes it is, but a lot of companies get away with just saying it's professional grade, when it's just a bigger size. And I got trained with like Dermatologica, Aveda, Eminence, all of those. And at the end of the day, they're all very spa lines. Even Dermatologica, excellent marketing. They're the OG of like marketing back in the day. I think a lot of companies got their ideas from them. I've always respected the brand and appreciated their, desire to be clean and, innovative as possible. But let's be real, we're all making moisturizers that moisturize dead skin. So the result that you're often seeing is temporary, because it just means your skin is fucking dehydrated, like a cactus in the desert. And so a little trick is, if you are going to the cosmetic area, make sure you moisturize the hell out of your face before you go, because that's the number one thing that's happening. Is the top layer of your skin looks tethered or textured or drier or wrinkled or whatever you want to say, or not that good looking, dull, because your skin's dehydrated. If you just hydrate your skin before you go shopping for skincare, or you don't ever go shopping, I don't think, for skincare, but we go into the department store during Black Friday and we're like, how do we end up in the cosmetic area buying $600 worth of shit? And that used to be me selling you all that shit you didn't need. And my brand is all about being simple. And I'm kind of sharing this because I've really sat with the idea of just ending it all, in the sense of being done. I feel like this last formulation, by the way, is the last formulation of this formulation. Meaning, that made no sense. Meaning, if you like any of these products right now, these formulas will never exist just like this again. So, and we're running out. We've been running out. And even when I remake them, they're not going to be exactly the same, because we're going to be with a whole new lab, a whole new team. And we've already started the process. We're in the process. So, but, I thought if I created a product that just worked, it would sell itself. Yeah, right. The shittiest products sell themselves, just like shitty food is sold the most, like McDonald's. They're selling 1 billion fucking, Big Macs a year or whatever it is, because they're advertising constantly, because they use marketing to get the word out about their product. Tastes good, just not good for you. Same with skincare. Looks good, just not good for you. The packaging's cute, smells nice, just not good for you. So, it's not good for you because, one, you don't need it because there's nothing in it that's special. There's no active ingredients. Every product I have is active, meaning it has an active amount of ingredients that are actually designed to do something to your skin. And I think we are a little bit misinformed, including myself, of even what I've been teaching in the past. It's hacks, been a hack basically. Now I'm just I'm going to teach you the truth, the things I know after 25 years in this industry that, people give me shit. They're going to give me shit over, and I've already been given shit over, because I'm sharing industry secrets, behind the scenes things that nobody wants you to know. And the biggest thing that nobody wants you to know is that your fucking skin does not need a moisturizer. And I say that with conviction because I'm so sick of now dermatologists who are making who knows how much money. I'm not against the hustle. I'm not against making money. I'm against the lie in which you're making money on. Now you tell everybody they need a moisturizer. Not. First of all, we have to step back a second. The skin is genius. It doesn't fucking need our help. We're the one ruining it. We're the one not respecting it. We're the one not honoring it, knowing even what it is, what it does. It's an organ. It's the biggest organ that you have. And you don't realize it's an organ really because it's not inside. You think every organ is inside, but it's an organ, which means it functions on its own. It has all of the cells, all of the capabilities, all the possibilities, every single thing it needs in order to function at its optimal level. And all we have to do is reach its homeostasis. We have to allow it to be at its most balanced state. How do we do that? Keeping it fucking simple. Keeping it simple with products. There's no reason you should have more than 6 products. Truthfully, that's not good for business over here, but it's good for business in the sense that I can sleep at night because product lines, please tell me you're aware of this. I mean, they've gotten us so bamboozled, even myself here. You know, estheticians get really, even you think the copywriting and the marketing is clever on your end, they double down on our end because they really want us to believe shit that's not true. But a lot of estheticians, and I was there for a long time, I didn't know shit about skincare. I've always known enough, but I mean, about the skin, you know, it's like people are buying products from someone's personal opinion and experience versus actual like evidence. And just so you know, evidence, like peer-reviewed journals, or I mean, you know, been reviewed, been recommended by dermatologists, all of that's a scam. The 10-step routine is a scam. The fucking $500 moisturizer is a scam. And some things you have to price high because people just think that it's more valuable. That's what's so fucked up, is it's the people, the consumers actually causing a lot of this, what the market will bear, because, you know, they, like, we have a product and I couldn't sell it. And I was trying to sell it, I'll just be honest. It was the lactic acid. The lactic acid at one point I had for $50. I didn't make much money on it, but I thought, well, let's sell volume. Didn't work. Couldn't even give it away. And as soon as it went to $100, or actually $75 is when it really started to sell. The truth is, we do kind of create a little bit of a barrier so not everybody gets their hand on it, but I'm kind of over that because here's the thing. My formulations, I'm not just saying this, try it, prove me wrong, don't believe me, are 50 times stronger than anything on the market. Your ordinary, the 2 ingredients, let's get real, that's right, $6. The fact that people were so wowed by the ordinary just tells me what's wrong with the industry, how disgusting it is. The fact that people are wowed by 2 ingredient serums, they're nothing but a marketing company. The passion in which they promote for their desire to be innovative in an industry, please, girl. Ain't nothing they're using. Documented research, whatever. I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's not going to be. I'm not saying it's not effective. I'm just saying, like, they are such geniuses at making us, including myself, believe shit that isn't true. Remember, you're moisturizing dead skin. And without anything active in it, then you're not stimulating the skin cells. You're not turning on new skin cells. You're not turning on the fibroblasts. And there's only a few ingredients that do that. Only a few things do that. That's why I perfected exfoliation, exfoliants, active ingredients with glycolic, lactic acid in there, malic acid, salicylic acid. Because if you're not using an acid, then you're not doing skincare. And this, you know, be very gentle kind of thing. It's like, okay, then go to the gym, don't sweat, and briskly, you know, jog, but don't sweat. Lift a 2-pound weight 2 times. You know, if that's your style, that's your style. But it's not for most people. Like, your skin needs to be kind of traumatized in order to, like, regenerate, not bad traumatized. We're talking about injured, like collagen induction therapy, microneedling. It produces collagen through the injury that's caused by the needle and the inflammation. Chemical peels, acids, actives, they do the same similar thing in the sense of that inflammation that's created from the irritation or the sensitivity or the lower pH is what then sends in a cascading effect of your white blood cells, all of the antibodies, everything your skin needs in order to heal and to become stronger to the next irritant or the next burn, so to speak. That's why chemical peels, if you do the same one every single time, it's not going to be as effective, because just like a muscle, you know, if you only did 5 pounds forever, you're not going to feel the 5 pounds after, you know, a few days. So you have to do 10 pounds, and then 15, you have to tear that muscle. Similar with the skin, you don't have to tear it, but you have to create some friction in order to stimulate its natural processes, in which are, designed to really regenerate and heal and improve the strength, the quality of the skin. Like the fact that the whole skin barrier thing has become a thing because they can make money off of you. Now it's your skin barrier. Next year it's going to be something else that they're going to think of that people are doing wrong, and you're only doing it wrong because you're being told to do it wrong, because you're being told that you have a skin type, which is, girl, if your skin could be just reduced down to oily combination, blah blah blah, that's marketing. Clinique, genius. I think she was the first Estee Lauder. But because you believe in a skin type, then you think your skin is just so basic, and it's not. Your skin is very complex. If you overuse a moisturizer, your skin does not produce the same moisturizer. It doesn't produce moisturizer. It thinks you have it handled. And you're putting a moisturizer on your face that has probably 20 chemicals that's unnecessary for the skin. Not everyone needs a moisturizer, especially somebody that might be acneic, even though somebody will say, oh, a moisturizer helped me. It's not the moisturizer, it's the water in the product. It's the hydration. You're better off spraying your fucking face with some water that has some glycerin and some, like, maybe a little antioxidant in there, because your skin, remember, is only absorbing from what it can, and it's dead skin that's usually doing that. Hyaluronic acid can make you drier because if it's going to pull the moisture from wherever it can find it, and you're not living in probably, a steam room, so it's going to get it from the skin. It's going to pull it from the skin, making you even drier. That's why I always have said the hack is put a dot of glycerin in there and some water or something like that to emulsify it more and to make it bind a little bit more, not just relying on the water aspect and getting water from the water that you add to it. So just it plays friendlier. That's why I've also said, put your products on wet skin, damp skin. I've been saying this for years. People said I was a fucking clown and a fool. And now literally I see dermatologists recommending that. I'm not saying I created that shit. I'm just saying I've been talking about this shit for a minute, but I'm going to talk about it like this, in a new way. I don't give a shit anymore. Even my products, they work. Everybody says they work. And I'm coming out of this because I'm coming out like this because, right now, I don't know. I just feel like the moment is past. I've had a great run, and, I had all these big goals, but I just don't know if I have those goals anymore. I don't feel inspired by those things anymore. I want to do different things in my life, and in order to produce products these days, it's a lot. It's a lot of capital I don't have. I've been self-funded the whole time, and I really did think if I made a product that worked, it would sell, and it just doesn't. And because, Estee Lauder, Ordinary, whatever, some other line that has money, a lot of money, is, running 10 ads per my no ads. And I don't think ads are the solution right now. It's, right now, more than anything, it's like, if we can get people to, I don't even know. The solution is to let me know what you think. I mean, what we have left is what we have left. Most products we have under 100 left of. And when we're out. And I'm planning to relaunch next early summer with a couple products, new products. I'm going to launch another line. I'll tell you more later with the vitamin C. We'll see. And, there's just going to be different lines and different things I'm going to start doing, because I don't even know if that's true. I don't even know if I want that. I think my brand stands for the main thing being not to lie to people, not to be scandalous, not to bullshit people into believing shit that's just not true. It's like, I started off in makeup. If I told every woman, you really need this makeup in order to be beautiful, you have to wear makeup, that. That would be like me saying, you have to use skincare in order to have good skin. You have to have good skincare, my skincare, in order to, feel confident. So it's a little bit of an oxymoron, kind of what I'm doing and saying, because of course we need the money, but at the same time I'm saying no to money, because I don't want to make money off of the backs of people's insecurity and women's fears. And those fears and those insecurities are not theirs. Those fears and insecurities are not yours. That's from society. That's from people just believing stuff that isn't true about your value as a person, as a body. When, you're an infinite being, you're a beautiful infinite being, and you're timeless, you're ageless, you're going to be around for millions of years, and we just think it's just this one lifetime, and it's not. But you can't really teach that in skincare. But I'm trying to be the difference. If you still want us here, let me know. Tell me your favorite product, the first product you use. And I'm doing a Black Friday sale. I'm doing a BOGO, girl. I'm gonna this is my last thank you for everything. Stock up now, share it, whatever. If there's a product you absolutely love and you want me to remake it, let me know. I don't really know all the details of what that's gonna look like for this next brand, but right now I am boarding all passengers who are interested in stocking up, saving with the best skincare. I'm saying this, with the best skincare that actually works. I don't have to prove it. You prove it to yourself by using it. I just know that the difference is this. I'm an esthetician who created these products in the back bar, who intentionally thought of how can I make my customer be absolutely happy with their product, and how can I get a result with these products and use them in the back bar so I don't have to double dip and buy two different fucking product lines. And that became over a decade. Like it was a long process. I didn't even really know that that's what I was necessarily doing, but that's what it's become. In fact, estheticians don't talk about my product because it's too good. In fact, the products in this last formulation 5 years ago that I reformulated all 9 products at once, which was stupid. It took all my cash. Dumb. I have 9 other products I haven't even produced. I've already made them, but I have to produce them. So anyway, I'm saying too much, but I'm telling you enough because I don't ever share behind the scenes. I don't really let you know the tea. And, the tea is we all scamming you to some degree, unless you have an active product. Now, we've perfected a lot of the formulation, the pH, and those things which just take a lot of time. I tested all of these products on clients for years. I'm so insecure. It's like for years they had to work. For years I took notes. For years I did my own studies, and that might not be good enough for you because you only believe in peer-reviewed journals and, flat earth or whatever it is. That's fine. My best selling point is too, if you're struggling with your skin, if you've been looking for something and you don't buy skincare anymore because you're fucking sick and tired of the lies, if you're over the claims, if you're tired of being bamboozled to and lied to and, approached every time you go to cosmetics, they're like just trying to hustle you. If you're tired of all that shit and you're tired of companies just blatantly robbing you for another fucking product that looks pretty on your counter, smells even divine, but does shit for your skin, then get one of my products today. It's buy one, get one, so it's 50% off. Basically, you're gonna get twice for your money. But the thing about my product is, prove me wrong. Take a photo, prove me wrong. This shit doesn't work at this point. Let's go out with a bang, get some testimonials, some reviews, some video, before and after photos. Prove me wrong. Prove my product is shit and it doesn't work. Use it as directed and just tell me, girl, this stuff is shit. My straight friend. You gotta love your straight friends. I know sexuality doesn't matter, but it matters. It does. How you identify matters. Anyway, he said it doesn't work, your cleanser, your glow cleanse or whatever. And I was like, what do you mean? You're like the first person who said this. I mean, the glow cleanser is designed to take off full coverage, waterproof makeup in fucking 60 seconds. Why? Because I'm sick and tired as an esthetician spending 10 minutes washing someone's face, getting their makeup off. That's a waste of their money. It's $1 a minute or more. I'm like, I need this fucking shit off now. And that's why I do drag, and like, how much shit do I have to put on to get the makeup off? That cleanser is a makeup remover that will remove your fucking drag makeup and waterproof makeup in like 60 seconds. Prove it. Try it. Do the challenge. It's also a cleanser. It's a skin brightener. It's a mild exfoliant. And it's safe enough to be used every day. So if you're an influencer or a makeup artist, you can use it on clients every day, all throughout the day, all day long, and your skin's gonna be fine. Some people have been like, oh, the coconut oil is breaking me out. I have no idea how that's even possible. I use this on every single acne client, every single client that comes into my office. And people will say, it's coconut, it's coconut. You're not leaving it on your skin, honey. The coconut is an emulsifier. It helps to break up the makeup and the oil. Oil attracts oil. Oil dissolves oil. It's not like it's sitting on your skin, unless you're like leaving it on as a mask or something. I don't know. Anyway, So the transformation pads, girl, that's for makeup artists, that's for surgeons, nurses, doctors, people doing injections, people that are wanting their client to be blown away by using one little pad. It's one pad. You wipe it on your skin, I fucking guarantee you it's an instant result and a sustainable result. They're $95. Why? Because they work. This ain't like Dr. Dennis Gross, who sells you 30 pads, 2 pads in one, because you don't need to neutralize this. It's self-neutralizing after 10 minutes. That's just gimmicking too. If he's really selling you something that's not neutralizing, that would be, probably not good for business because it would harm people's skin. So that's part of you thinking you're getting more for your product, but it's in the pad. I mean, Jesus Christ. Those are $95. There's 30 of them. Well, there's 60 if you count the neutralizer, which you don't need. Water is a neutralizer if anything is like above pH or below pH like 3. Water is like 5.5. Water will usually neutralize anything acidic. Anyway, don't get me started. So, what do you think is the biggest lie that you've ever been told in skincare? What do you think will be this industry in the next 20 years? Because I feel like it's weird that we're getting all this AI innovation, all this technology innovation, but where's the products, girl? Where's the packaging innovation? Where's AI in that aspect? And I know they're going to tell you, we have fucking 15 patents and we have blah, 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 blah. More reason to run. Patents on what exactly? On what? Are they your patents? Are they because that's what we do. A lot of us are private labeling, which is nothing wrong with that. But what we do is we say, oh, never been tested on animals because, we don't harm bunnies. Well, I haven't, my company hasn't, but the raw ingredient that's in that product at some point has, usually. It has to be tested. And for those of you who are sad about that, I said my products are not. The ingredient in my product have not been tested on animals by my company. That's literally what we're saying. But at some point, that raw ingredient hasn't. Only a few companies own all the raw ingredients. There's not that many players here. But the ones that are playing are fucking playing hard. Like Estee Lauder. That bitch ain't playing. I love Estee Lauder. I know people are all up in arms because they test on animals. I don't want to harm animals. I love animals, but 222 on the clock. But, if they're designed to help us so we don't get harmed and we don't get cancer, then that animal is a blessing. And I'm not saying how they do it is correct. I'm not saying that's always the case. I'm just saying that, do you want to test on pregnant mothers or do you want to test on a rabbit's ear? And most stuff doesn't need to be tested on animals at this point because there's a fucking oil water it's an oil water product. Nothing special. They're all, for the most part, how many? I don't even know. Let's just say 50%. 50% of the products it's got to be 75. It's the same shit over and over. And it's repackaged, repurposed, renamed, refragranced. Cost doesn't justify results, and results don't justify costs. Meaning, sometimes you can buy a $2 product and it's like, wow, mind-blowing. Sometimes you can buy a $1,000 product and it's shit. Like La Mer. Girl, it's mineral oil, water, it's the thick moisturizer. It creates a barrier. The same product that would do that on your skin is if you put down mineral oil on your face, because you like mineral oil on your face, which is weird, but it does take off makeup. And then you cover it with an occlusion, a thick occlusion like Vaseline or Aquaphor is better because it has better ingredients in there. But, here's the thing. Yeah, you're going to wake up, your skin's going to look flawless because you've trapped your own water into your skin. So it's the evaporation of your own water in the air through the atmosphere that causes dehydration that's happening all the time, especially if you live in a hot climate, especially if you're humid, especially if you run hot, especially if you're probably hormonal. You're evaporating more water. That's why you need more water. But that trapping, you didn't do anything. You let your skin, you reach this natural homeostasis by allowing it to just encourage it to do its own thing a little bit more, covering it so that, it's like you put saran wrap on your face real quick to allow it to not evaporate the water. So as soon as that's gone, it'll evaporate again. And if you cover it too much, you're going to get pimples. All the companies that are saying they don't cause acne, we don't cause acne, non-comedogenic. I think that's weird because now people are putting fucking fat oil, cow oil lard on their face. We don't even need to mention the product. But also that you know, Aquaphor will say, and Vaseline will say, because they've sent me stuff before, you know, in my comments and whatever, they were like, our products don't cause, they're not comedogenic, that's not true. First of all, the molecule is quite large, so they think it's not going to go into the follicle, it's not going to go into the pore, but even the smallest molecule of petroleum or Aquaphor or some kind of oil base, crude oil, whatever it is, product, eventually can get into the skin if it's put on there enough, and if it's put on there like after retin-A or after exfoliation. To say that something is so absolute is really unnecessary, and it's a lie, because they're not testing it at that level. And what's happening, why you break out when you use stuff like that, they get away with saying it's not my product, but you are using their product, and it's triggering something. What it's triggering is you're slowing down the exfoliation cycle, because your skin is so thick and layered with Vaseline or Aquaphor or something thick like that, even shea butter, stuff like that, or oils, overly oily and face oils and stuff. You just suppress the natural maturation skin cycle, which happens every 3 weeks, about, maybe, you know, longer as we get older, shorter maybe if you're younger or you have some type of skin like psoriasis or something like that. Anyway, so it's the suppression of your exfoliation through the use of an occlusive product that is not allowing the skin to like exfoliate and shed off. And then now you need an exfoliant. Also, let's talk about exfoliation real quick. This video might seem like it's all over the place, but I don't think it is, considering if you go back to my videos. And yeah, I talk a lot, but that's never going to change. In fact, I'm thirsty because of it. Anyway, exfoliation. Let's make this really easy for you. First of all, the only reason you're confused about anything with skincare, anything, is because it's designed that way. The more confused you are, the less, you know, the more afraid you are, you know, the more you're going to buy. That's just the truth. If you're clear and you know what you want, you know, that customer, that salesperson that's like always wanting to sell, they don't like people like that, because they're like, ugh. It's like when I used to sell cars and they would come in with their Saturn information because they don't deal and will and deal. We hated those people, because it's like, girl, we're here to will and deal. Skincare people are a little bit of wheeler dealers, you know? So, but your skin naturally exfoliates on its own. If you're using rice bran powder, any type of powder, manual exfoliation, get in the game, girl. Stop using skincare then, because that doesn't do shit for your face except take off the top layer. You're better off rubbing a fucking free washcloth on your face. You're doing no stimulation. That's not penetrating the skin at all. At all. So you're just taking care of the surface. If it's manual, like an apricot scrub, even though they've changed the formula, we do bastardize that product so much, it's almost like kind of weird. It's like the only one-trick pony we have. There's a lot of far worse products for your face. And, you know, I'm saying rice bran powder and all that shit. Dermatology started this years ago. It's a problem, because people think they're exfoliating in the way that works and the way that we want today. You know, so if you keep using that shitty rice bran powder, which you could make at home in a fucking blender in 2 seconds, but you buy that for $60 and think you're a genius, it's not your fault. They made you think that. You're not getting any stimulation. No fibroblasts is being turned on. You're just doing the top layer, and you think, oh, today I exfoliated. No, you didn't. You did nothing but waste that poor rice bran powder. You could eat it for porridge. It'd be better off for you. Or bamboo powder, or silk brown powder, silkworm powder, I don't know. There is a Shiseido silk kind of brush puff. Dangerous as fuck. Fucking exfoliates your skin instantly. It's beautiful, it's flawless, but it's just dangerous because it's silk. So you think, oh, what can a little silk do? Girl, it can fucking break your barrier and go to the bone marrow. Anyway, don't be confused by this stuff. Start becoming informed. And the best thing you can know for the first part of information is to know that 90% of it you don't need. It's all the same shit. Look for active ingredients, but even that is a problem because companies spend so much money on it's an active ingredient and we only use orange juice and whatever. It's like bullshit. You really don't know it until you try it and you see enough experience with people's reviews, because they'll put a smell of orange in a product and make you think that it's vitamin C. It's not even clever. It's stupid. because the vitamin C fragrance in there is going to destroy your skin. You should never put any type of citrus on your face that has not been engineered or made in a lab, because it's just not good for your skin. It'll irritate it, cause eczema, cause psoriasis, cause pigmentation. Lemon oil, orange oil, clary sage, all that shit. I used to sell essential oils. I love them, but people are putting them on their face now, not wearing sunscreen. They think because it's natural, they use more, and they're just fucking their face up. More barrier issues are caused with that kind of shit, natural shit, than anything else, because people go, I don't want to use a chemical. I don't want to use a chemical. It's like, okay, well then don't breathe. Don't drink water. Everything's a chemical. It's like, and it's not your fault, baby. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the industry for lying to you, making you believe like, oh, now we could do no toxic. No toxic what? Relationship, boyfriend, friend, what? No toxic skincare? It's marketing. Organic, 100% natural? It's marketing. Made by dermatologists, looked at by dermatologists, reviewed by dermatologists. It's bullshit. Also, one last thing that's coming to me. As your skincare whisperer, I'm channeling the skincare gods for you. Let me read your skin tarot next. That's actually a cute idea. I think I might do that. Mix it up a little bit if I still do this. Rodan and Fields. Proactive. I don't know if I should say allegedly with any of this. I don't know. But, garbage. How? I don't know. This is weird to me. Supposedly they're dermatologists. Supposedly they created this line because people were suffering for not happy. That's not true. They just wanted to make $1 billion, and they did. And now they have Rodan and Fields, the fucking multi-level marketing with the girl who's trying to give you the samples in her living room. I'm all for the hustle, but you got the wrong people talking about skincare in your living room, and you're hustling people in a space that should be safe. And you're doing it over and over and over again and telling people they're going to make millions of dollars. No, they're not. No, they're not. 99.9% of you will not. I was in all of those. Anyway, my point is, if they're dermatologists, how come they haven't been selling sunscreen with their product? I feel that that's negligence. To sell benzoyl peroxide, which is now they're saying is, cancer, carcinogenic. But it causes pigment, it causes scarring, it causes peeling, it's basically a massive chemical pill if you use it wrong or if you use it as directed. The 10%, I remember I was shedding for fucking weeks. My skin was raw and on fire for weeks. It stained everything in the fucking house. I was never told about sunscreen. I was really never told about anything, like hydrating and how to take care of your skin when it fucking feels on fire and go in the ocean after that. And then a dermatologist prescribed me Retin-A. No sunscreen. No talk about sunscreen. He didn't even tell me what the fuck would happen. Holy shit. Some of you are a little better these days, dermatologists, but you're still boring as fuck. You're still acting like you almost don't care. I don't know why you're a dermatologist sometimes. People, honestly. And then now they're influencers. And I'm not mad at that hustle. That's great. You have a good personality. You're hot. You're attractive. You're beautiful. Whatever. But you're still lying to people. You're using your influence to encourage information that's not true. It's misinformation. It's fake news. Because, Neutrogena, Dermatologica, all those companies, not Dermatologica, but I won't say them all. They pay for the dermatologist, which I thought I wanted to be, dermatologist events and things in Miami that they go to, like their conference every year. I mean, the books they read, like the information they learn, just like pharmaceutical companies are in the schooling of when you're getting your doctorate, telling people that they just prescribe medicine. That's all they do. They get people out of pain, but they don't promote health. They don't promote lack of disease. They only promote disease, really, and they're treating it not as a symptom, but they're treating symptoms, They're not treating the cause, the core. So I rambled on. I hope you have a wonderful holidays. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you celebrate, if you don't, that's cool too. Whatever you do, and there's, we should all take into consideration gratitude in our life. And anyway, this is it, girls. Buy one and get one. Buy one, get one. Buy one, get one. Buy one, get one. Limited time, limited supplies. Almost every product. 40% off some others, 30% off others. We're out of the mask, we're out of the vitamin C, we're out of the sunscreens. Yeah. So I want to say thank you for, just everything. Thank you for your belief. Thank you for your prayers all these couple years. And, I was silent for 3 years because I'm sick and tired of the industry lying to you.